This is an Indy 500 breaking news alert. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Indianapolis 500 podcast, a Borg Warner production. In fact, um, we don't even know where to go from here, honestly. Many of you didn't know Kyle Busch has passed away in the NASCAR world. A very, very, very devastating turn of events as not only he was sick, but it sounded worse than people acted like it was. And I told my mom, I got off the phone with her. I told her, I said, I thought he'd be okay. I thought he would be okay. And I know this news has nothing, and I mean nothing, to do with the IndyCar world and what's going on with the Indianapolis 500. But in a way, it does. In a way, it does. More than people realize. Because Kyle Busch was a larger than life figure in the racing world. Larger than life is an understatement. I mean, he was whether you loved him or hated him, you respected what he did. He's one of the GOATs in all of NASCAR, one of the greatest drivers ever. 2017 NASCAR champion. I think 18 NASCAR champion. 17 or 18. But it explains why our family's been having a bad day today. It really does. Because it always tends to be a NASCAR driver. Greg Biffle, we had a bad day when Greg Biffle passed away. Charlie Kirk, we had a bad day when he passed away. But more importantly than ever, I feel like now in our society today, we've softened the idea of death. I think we're so used to it at this point that it just becomes second nature. We all are going to go one day. And maybe it was his time to go. Life expires like milk and it has an expiration date. And I don't believe if it was is not his time to go, it wasn't his time to go. But my heart and the whole racing community's heart goes out to him and his family. This is awful. We thought Greg Biffle was bad last year. This we did not expect. This I didn't have written or in a planner or in a notebook. This is completely unexpected. This goes out of all things I know of things that are unexpected in this world. Kyle Busch, one of the best drivers, more better drivers. Like, this sport is cursed in some ways. More recently, Denny Hamlin's father had passed, and we thought that was over. And, I mean, the sport, you have to remember, Kyle Busch was around even when I was watching NASCAR full time. But to our racing community, to the entire Indianapolis 500 podcast, today and tomorrow and throughout the weekend, we have more than the Indy 500 to worry about. Yeah, it's got to be fun and all watching the race. But remember the legends of the sport. I think Kyle Busch wanted to run an IndyCar at one time. But this just takes all death and just crumbles what my expectations are of these drivers. And I'll be honest, it's really devastating. It really is. I feel like crying. This shot out of the dark, I didn't expect it. I was playing a NASCAR video game, not even wanting to come on here until tonight, but we have to acknowledge this weekend that there's some heavy baggage in the racing world that we need to worry about, and that our brothers in NASCAR have a race Sunday after our race, after F1 races on Amazon Prime now. It's not on Fox anymore. This is going to be tough. I don't think Kurt Busch runs in the series anymore. So, I mean, your heart goes out for his family, first and foremost. Your heart goes out to the ones he knew and the drivers and the pit crew members and everybody at Richard Childress who knew him, who tried to revitalize his career after having a little bit of a slump at Hendrick Motorsports. Yeah, sure, he wasn't the most colorful driver in all of NASCAR. And yeah, sure, he was hated by many and loved by many and adored by many. And if you walked around Talladega or Indianapolis, you'd hear people, even last year he raced at the Brickyard 400, and I heard people say, F Kyle Busch, F Kyle Busch, like that. And it just pretty much one of the most respected villains in all of NASCAR, but also one of the most respected drivers in the field. And most importantly, cherished amongst the racing world. And he was a talented driver. I think the saddest one, this and Greg Biffle, are two of the saddest deaths I've seen recently. And this sport, NASCAR, has one of this curse on it. Seems like in such a cruel way of being a NASCAR fan, in such a cruel way, you have to face the death eventually. But he was 41 years old. And you don't have long to live in this sport. You should cherish every moment of it. If you want to be a racer, cherish every moment of it. You don't know when your last day's going to be. Whether it's an illness or a crash on turn 3 at Daytona. Or a plane crash. This is hard. Really hard. And we hope the best for the NASCAR community. We also hope the best for his family, his friends, his brothers, his sisters, and everyone that knew him. May Kyle Busch rest in peace. I never thought I'd say that in a bazillion years, but may Kyle Busch rest in peace. And literally, that's all I have for today's podcast. As we take a moment of silence in honor of the life of Greg Biffle. And also for the life of Kyle Busch. This is a truly devastating day. Be around somebody. Hug your mother, hug your father. Be around your sisters and brothers. Spend some time with them tonight and enjoy it. You don't know how long you have on this earth. You don't know how long you have it on this planet. But life should be cherished. And may Kyle Busch rest in peace. Because you don't know when your last day is going to be.